Hey guys, welcome to Worlds Collide. I'm Matt.
And I'm Tony.
And this is our weekly one-shot edition where Tony and I have kind of just scoured the internet for some other news that doesn't fit anywhere that we want to talk about. There's actually quite a few things to talk about. Actually, quite a few things to get into. We're going to start off with the Power Rangers. I don't know if you were a fan of them growing up. Mm-hmm. I was. The new suits got released this week. We talked about the Rita Repulsa, Elizabeth Banks. We didn't really talk about the design of her. But the new suits came out. What'd you think?
I think they're very reminiscent of the old suits from the first generation Power Rangers, which is really cool. But then they're also adding like that new kind of like didn't someone make a joke about Iron Man?
Yeah, because they got the plates on there.
So I think they look pretty cool for like a rebooted version, and they kept true to the actual classic version.
Yeah, they had to evolve it some way. Yeah. And if it was like if they had stuck with say like the spandex ones, people would have been like, come on, really? Yeah. Or if they had gone they had to evolve some way. Times. And with the direction of they're going, like I wasn't sure about this movie, but with the pictures I've seen, I'm cool with this. Bring it on. No. I think those look fun.
I'm pretty excited now.
Yeah.
I hopefully we get a trailer soon.
Yeah, we'll get that trailer and then we'll definitely check it out and see what we feel about that. Last week we talked about Dredd. Mm-hmm. And Carl Urban brought up last week how he would totally be down to do a Dredd 2 or even a Netflix or Amazon series. Well, looks like somebody listened because this week Carl Urban confirmed that talks are happening. Yes.
I hope it's a Netflix series.
Give me a Netflix series.
That way I can watch it all in one day.
Give me a Netflix series.
I'll binge it.
Like I said, man, even if Netflix wants to do like a Kickstarter, man, I'll gladly pitch in for a Carl Urban Dredd show. Yep. That would be awesome. So I'm glad talks are happening. Doesn't mean anything's gonna happen, but I'm just glad that they're happening. Yeah. So that is that is awesome. Moving on to Star Wars news. We never talk about any Star Wars here, so we're going to bring up Star Wars news. This week, Alden Ehrenreich, if I've got that right, was cast as a young Han Solo.
Yeah, I've seen some pictures of him, and I don't see it.
I do. You don't?
You see it?
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I've never seen him in... I know what movies he's been in, but I've never seen him in action. From other people that I follow, like at Collider, those guys over there who follow more of general movies than what I do, they think it's a great choice. They're all excited about it. So I'm excited too. Do you think now that we have casting as to who it is, that he may show up in the Rogue One movie?
That'd be cool if they...
just cameo or something, nothing major, just kind of like, hey, that's Han.
I would like to see that.
That would be awesome. Just a quick cameo. I don't want anything huge. I don't want to take away from Jyn Ezra and the Rogue One story. But it would just be cool if he shows up just real quickly, as Han Solo. Especially if we're getting a young Han Solo movie. That's cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
All right, on to the biggest issue I think for us for the week. Supergirl. Show that we followed all season long. You can actually watch our season finale review and our thoughts on it. But this week it was reported that it seems like there might be some budget issues with the show. That CBS is now trying to maybe figure something out, whether it be maybe coming to CW, slashing the budget in general. For a freshman show, this show had a budget of $3 million an episode, which is a lot for a freshman show. I didn't know that, but it's a lot. But the ratings weren't stellar. So CBS and I'll be the first to tell you that I don't think any other channel besides CW should be hosting superhero shows right now because no one else really does them well.
My honest verdict is I really hope CW picks them up. I've heard they're talking about either shooting in Vancouver or just completely going over to the CW, just simply because of tax purposes. Just costs too much.
And Vancouver's where they shoot all the other shows.
Yeah. That's really a cool idea. Even if CW were to take it, I trust CW enough to still continue that. I like how CBS had set it up, and I like their tone, how it's very, very different, very colorful. But just if CW were to pick it up, I can imagine it being a little bit less cheesy and a little bit.
Yeah, when going back to Constantine, when it was announced that it was going to be on NBC, I already have reservations about it because shows don't work. Shows like these don't work well on other channels. They just don't. I always see that the CW has really branded itself as growing up for me, it was like those teen dramas, and it kind of moved away from there. And especially now, it's like it's really defined itself and knows what it is right now, and it's killing the game. I mean, literally every show on the CW got renewed for next season. Every show, and that rarely happens.
Superhero Network.
So why not, man? If CW can work something out and even bring the budget down a little bit, I mean, I think Legends has a $2 million budget. Oh, no. I think it's more. I think Legends has a crazy budget, but that's because, I mean, when you watch a show, it totally makes sense. But, I mean, Legends has a huge budget as well per episode. I enjoyed Supergirl. I mean, I'd like for it to come back, and hopefully CW can find a home for it.
I hope it's a continued show. If CW can't pick it up, I hope they do what they did with Constantine, but keep Supergirl a little bit more involved. Like, how cool would it be if Supergirl came from her universe and she was stuck for a period of time with the Legends of Tomorrow cast?
Yeah.
And and like that would be a way to continue Melissa Bennett or Benoist.
Yeah.
Benoist continue her role as Supergirl.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
I think she worked hard all season to really kind of gain the trust of fans as Supergirl, and I think for the most part, people really enjoy her as Supergirl. I know we do. So I don't want to lose another show again when it's just not on the right network.
And it's just like Constantine was a great actor.
Dude, but even the show was good.
I wasn't in love with the show.
Oh,
I watched like 6 episodes and I was like, I can't get into it.
It's just on the wrong network, man. NBC and CBS. I know that a lot of these are all owned and they're like sister networks and they're all owned by the same people, but it's just like CBS kind of needs to stick to their Big Bang Theory and their NCIS and Channel 4. NBC, I don't even know what NBC has now, what's like big for them, but
I have no idea. I
don't know, some comedy or whatnot, but it's just like or even talk about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. being, and even though it's Marvel, like they've put a lot of faith in that show and it's really gotten better. And ABC has stuck with it, but it's just like, God, just give Supergirl to CW. That's all I'm gonna say. Give her to CW and let them handle it. I know it's all run by the same people. Just give it to them. So
I think they do a better job with it.
I agree, man. Hopefully they will. I don't want this show to get canceled. I can't say it enough.
And even if they don't cancel, like instead of making it a 24 episode season, like just run it down to like 10 to 13 episodes. I'd be totally fine with a 10 to 13 episode series.
And then we talk about it, like how cool would it be if we get a 10 to 13 episode. The first half of the season on the CW, it's like a theoretical, hypothetical. It's like Constantine, 13 episodes, just a thing, and then the second half of the season they do Supergirl, 13 episodes, or they switch it up. And I mean, there's, I love these limited series runs, dude, because it doesn't feel all dry. It doesn't drag it out. We can get to the story, and I feel writers have to be more creative with them when they're in the maybe the confines of a shorter run on TV.
I agree. I like series that are only 10 episodes long or 13 episodes because it's like you really have time to have. You don't have all those filler episodes that are pointless.
This is a waste of time.
Yeah.
You watch some of our latest recaps and you'll see how we feel about this. It's like, come on. Don't have time for this. All right. Anything else you want to add?
No.
All right, just want to give a quick shout out to our guys over at comicbook.com and Collider Movie News. We're not endorsed by them, but we know that's where we get our news from. So thank you to those guys for doing what they do. Make sure to check out like our trailer reactions, our Marvel movie news, DC movie news, all of our other stuff. For Worlds Collide, I'm Matt.
And I'm Tony.
And make sure to subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next time. Later.